If you're about to get out of the military, or you're even thinking about getting out of the military, I'm about to give you 4 tips on what to do before you get out. And we're starting right now. My name is Dr. Harry McCleary, and if this is your first time here, my channel is dedicated to educating service members, veterans, and their families about mental health. So if that's you, consider subscribing. My first tip for you before you decide to get out of the military is to solidify your support system. Don't try to wait to get out of the military and think that then you're going to fix all your friendships. Then you're going to fix all your families. That's not a good recipe. Solidify that family and friend circle before you get out, because it might be when you get out when you really need them. My next tip for you is go to medical and get checked out. Now, I know that oftentimes when you get out of the military, you're going to do some type of medical examination, kind of see what's broke. What was told to me many years ago, even though I didn't actually take this advice, was what hurts when you're 25 really hurts when you're 55. Something to keep in mind when you're going through these medical evaluations and you have soreness, you have things that are going on with you physically or mentally. You want to make sure that you note that stuff, not so you can necessarily get service connected for it, but so you can actually get treated for it. My third tip for you is make a flexible plan on, well, what's next? What do you want to do after you get out of the military? Whether you're getting out after 4 years or you're getting out after 40 years, what do you want that next phase of your life to look like? Does it need to be school? Do you want a job? What do you want it to look like? And what are the steps you can do to actually get there? Any of us that have lived a little bit of life know that we got to be flexible regarding those plans, because they don't always turn out the way that we thought. Case in point, myself. When I got out of the military, I was going to go into federal law enforcement, like a lot of veterans. I didn't have a degree though, so I started getting a degree. Happened to be in psychology. And I think we all know where that took me. But in another life, I'm a federal agent somewhere. The last tip I have for you can be a little bit controversial, because I just told you to make a plan. But here's what a lot of veterans do, especially veterans in my area of DC. They get out of the military, and while they're even on terminal leave, they've already started their next job. My last tip for you is to take a vacation, and a real vacation. You want to plan for this, so when you actually get out, you can actually go. And when I say vacation, I'm not talking about just going down the street. I'm talking about going somewhere that maybe you couldn't go when you were in the military. Maybe you want to go to Greece. Maybe you want to go to Rio, which I actually went when I was in the Navy. It was awesome. Figuring out where you want to go on that vacation and planning for it is important. Because if you don't, it probably won't happen. And it might be a long time before you have an opportunity to go on another one. You've also earned a vacation. Something to think about. Let me know in the comments what advice you would give somebody who's getting out on what to do before they get out. As always, I hope this video was helpful for you. And if it was, please like it or subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about transitional tips or mental health. But more important than that, if this video was helpful for you, well, that means it can probably be helpful for another service member or another veteran or another friend or family member of a veteran. So I ask that you share it with them. Because at the end of the day, that's really what all this is about. One veteran trying to help another.